I asked AI to plan my entire day, from breakfast to bedtime, meals, errands, even what movie to watch tonight. And here's what happened on this episode of AI for Everyone. Welcome to AI for Everyone. I'm your host, Joel Comm. This is the show where we make AI easy, useful, and fun for absolutely everyone. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and ring the bell so that you don't miss an episode. You might notice that the channel's been blowing up and we keep getting more subscribers, and we'd like to invite you to join that number. And if you want to explore more ways to make AI easier, then grab my 2 free guides. They're yours at aishow.io/free. Now let's get into it. Okay, so here's the challenge. I want AI to plan a full day for me. A realistic day, nothing that's crazy or sci-fi, just an ordinary Wednesday, okay? That's all we're going for here. It would include meals, productivity, fun, and perhaps we toss a nap in there. I'm going to use ChatGPT and Perplexity, two tools that combine creativity and real-world information. ChatGPT is found at chatgpt.com, and Perplexity can be found at perplexity.ai. Remember, the goal here is to show you some really easy and simple ways that you can make AI productive in your life. So the first thing I'm going to do is say, plan a healthy, energizing breakfast using what's in my fridge, which is eggs, spinach, and avocado. And we're going to see what ChatGPT comes up with for us here. We have our answer, a spinach egg power skillet plus avocado, 2 to 3 eggs, 2 big handfuls of spinach, 1.5 avocado sliced, a teaspoon of olive oil or butter, a pinch of salt and black pepper, and optionally, if you have them, chili flakes, lemon lime squeeze, garlic powder, or everything bagel seasoning. It goes ahead to give us the 5-minute method for creating this, why it works well, and then gives us the macros of what is in the food that we're about to eat. Of course, there's some other options for upgrades, and if we want, we can ask ChatGPT to tailor this to a specific calorie protein target. Another fun way to approach this is to take a photo of what's in the fridge. Full disclosure, this isn't actually my refrigerator. I'm not at home right now, and so all that's in my mini fridge at the hotel I'm currently staying at is water. But this particular photo will do the trick. So with this photo uploaded, I'm going to ask, what can I make with the ingredients you see in the fridge? Give me an option for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Immediately, ChatGPT detects and says, you've got a solid lineup in there based on what I can see: eggs, spinach, blueberries, Greek yogurt, sour cream, condiments, sauces, leftovers, almond milk, and what looks like some cooked proteins. Here's how to make a full day of healthy, energizing meals without needing to shop. In summary, we have a spinach and blueberry power bowl. For lunch, we have an egg and spinach wrap or bowl with avocado. And for dinner, we have the fridge clean out pasta bowl. It will go in depth on exactly how to prepare each of these meals. But if you don't know what it is that you're going to want to eat, this is a great way to make use of what you already have. Good job, AI chef. 1 point for you. Next up, let's talk about work and productivity. For this, I'm going to use Perplexity, and I'm going to type in the prompt, create a schedule for my workday that balances focus time, breaks, and creativity. Now, one thing that Perplexity does really well is organize the sources that it's pulling from at the top of the answer. So you can see right here, we have all of the sources that are listed right here. If we want, we can click into the sources, and there's actually 28 of them. So this almost turns out kind of being like a Google search, but it's more a compilation of the information that Perplexity is using to come to the conclusion. And then it says, here is a personalized, evidence-based workday schedule for Joel Comm that balances focus, creativity, and rest throughout the day based on research from neuroscience and productivity psychology. And here we go. Here is the entire schedule from 7:30 to 8, light exercise or journaling to activate the mind and body for the day. From 8 to 8:30, planning and brain dump, where I can write down priorities and tasks for the day to clear cognitive clutter. And boy, do I have a lot of that. From 8:30 to 10, deep focus work. Tackle high energy creative tasks such as writing, ideation, or podcast creation. From 10 to 10:15, an active break, a short walk or stretch, help reset focus and stimulate creativity. From 10:15 to 11:45, deep focus work session, more high focus strategic project requiring uninterrupted attention. You see where this is going, don't you? From 11:45 to 12:15, handle shallow work like emails or quick messages before lunch. 12:15 to 1:15, lunch and downtime. Eat away from screens and take a midday reset. From 1:15 to 2:45, collaboration, meetings. Energy is moderate here, ideal for human interaction and problem solving. From 2:45 to 3, a short walk or creative break. Get outside, touch grass. From 3 to 4:30, creative deep work. Use this time for exploratory, looser creative work or refining morning projects. And then from 4:30 to 5, review and wrap up. Reflect on what was accomplished and plan next steps for tomorrow. It gives some guiding principles and science behind this type of schedule here and why it works well. Now, if we want to, we can go in here and say, I really don't want to do this particular segment. What's a better use of that time in that instance? And it will go ahead and give that to you. This all feels surprisingly doable, and if I'm going to be honest, it's probably healthier than my average day already is. Good job, AI. For this next segment, we want to pay attention to fun and leisure. I'm a big fan of both of them. So let's go ahead and ask ChatGPT, give me 3 fun things to do after work that don't involve screens. Merlin, which is the name I've given to my ChatGPT, has given me the 3 screen-free ways to unwind after work. Number 1, cook something adventurous. Well, this kind of goes along with how we were going to take a picture of the food in our fridge and see what meals we could prepare. Number 2, a neighborhood mini adventure. Take a walk somewhere you normally drive past an unfamiliar street, park, or small local trail. Bring a notebook or your phone's voice recorder, screen off, and jot down anything interesting you noticed. Sounds, smells, colors, overheard conversations. It's a reset for your mind. Interesting activity. And number 3, host an old school game or story night. Invite a couple of friends or neighbors over for cards, board games, or storytelling. No phones on the table. Add snacks or a theme. It's surprisingly refreshing to laugh and connect without pixels involved. Merlin's already gone ahead and asked me, would you like me to tailor these to your lifestyle? So if we wanted to take this a next step, we could. Once again, good job, AI. Finally, it's the end of the day. How are we going to relax? Perhaps with a movie. We already know what we're having for dinner based on the earlier conversation, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT to recommend a movie for stay-at-home night with my fiance. And I don't want to hear it say Titanic or The Shawshank Redemption or any other movie that I've seen a dozen times. So instead, I said something that's a little lesser known but still has good ratings. The film it's given me is a mind bender called Coherence from 2013. Now, I actually have seen this, and ChatGPT has no way of knowing what films I've seen unless I feed all of those to it. But it is a good film. It is lesser known, and it has a 89% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a tense, clever, thriller, sci-fi blend. A group of friends at a dinner party experiences weird events after a passing comet. It really is a good movie, so I like the recommendation. And honestly, I'm not sure if Aaron has seen this one, so I would totally watch it again. I do think it would be interesting to put a list of all of the films I've seen into Merlin as a project so that it would know to recommend films that are like those that I have rated highly. Perhaps that's for another day. So here's the takeaway. One of the promises of this show is to make AI easy, useful, and fun. And it's important to recognize that AI isn't just for big projects or for tech experts. It can make everyday life a little easier, a little healthier, and sometimes even a little more meaningful. Whether it's planning your meals, structuring your day, or reminding you to take a break, tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity can be like a personal assistant to you. And it's one that never complains about Mondays. So here's the question for you. Would you use AI to plan your entire day? Or what's one part of your life that you'd really like to have assistance with using AI? As a teaser for what's coming soon, would you let AI plan a vacation for you? Well, if you found this helpful and practical, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be sure to tell a friend about the show, especially somebody who feels like AI could be over their heads, they're confused by it, or maybe they find it all overwhelming and don't know where to start. If you saw last week's episode on Sora, the video creation tool by OpenAI, you'll notice that the shorts on this particular YouTube channel have dozens of creations that I have made now. I'm still having a lot of fun with it. And update, they have now changed it where you can do 10-second videos to 15-second videos. And I'm hearing that 25-second videos are next. You know what that means? It won't be long before people are making full movies with Sora. So maybe go check out the shorts on this channel as well. I think you'll really enjoy them. And until I see you next time, remember AI is for everyone, including you. Beep boop.